Hi, hello friends, welcome back to Cool Tech Guys channel. In this tutorial, we are going to see how to create how two microservices, basically two RESTful application is communicating by using REST template. Okay, so let's create a project. Start spring.io. So for this concept, okay, basically to communicating with the two different Spring Boot application, we have multiple options. Okay, so very generic one is RESTful. Okay, so by using the RESTful application, we can able to communicate with two different microservices. Okay, so for that, what we are going to use is REST template. There is a framework called REST template is provided by Spring, so we are going to use that one. So for that, what we are going to do is we are going to create one REST application. By using that, how we are going to communicate with another another RESTful application. So we will see in this video. So you can able to see. So let's get into the main class. Yeah, so here this is the add Spring Boot annotation. This is the start point of the project, as you know. So what we are going to use is we are going to use the REST template framework, right? For that we need to create a bean definition. Okay, so here again, so a bean definition can be created in two ways. The one way is through annotation. We are going to use a bean declaration method. So REST add private REST template. Let's create a getter method. REST template. Yeah. So return. We are going to create a new object, right? Yeah. So now you can able to see we are annotating this method with @bean. Basically, what we are doing is for this REST template we are creating a object. Okay, this object will be stored in the bean factory. Okay, so this object can be used throughout the project everywhere by using the @over annotation. Okay, so you can ask me one question like existing framework how it was. Okay, so now you can able to see. So yeah, let me show you. Yeah, for example, this one. See, in earlier days, okay, we used to create all the bean definition with the XML in the XML. Okay, so what we will do is we will define the class path. We will name it the respective bean name. Now we have to assign this object to the respective controller or to the respective services. From there, either we have to create a getter and setter, or we have to create a auto-error. By using that only we will get the object, and then we will proceed with our business logic instead of this XML creation. So we have migrated through annotation. Spring Boot itself, it's providing this feature, so we have to just define this @bean, so automatically we will get the object. Okay, so quickly we will create a controller class. So for that, just a package controller. Okay, so yeah, so in this controller we will create a one controller class. So this is, let's say this is college, right? So college API, so college REST controller or college controller, so whatever we can name it. Okay, so now we have to, so now what we're going to do is from one RESTful API we are trying to communicate with another REST API, right? So for that, what we have to use is we have to create a REST controller here @REST controller @request mapping. Okay, so now let's name this as yeah, college. Okay, or else we can name it as REST template itself for just a better naming convention. Okay, so now we are going to create a one get method. Okay, so public, we are going to return a string. So get student information, student info. Yeah, so we are going to annotate this as @request mapping. Okay, so again, so value is equal to, so this is let's say this is fetch. Okay, so method, what method is, so get, this is the get method. Okay, so yeah, this is enough for this. And now, as you know, we are going to use @REST template framework. Okay, basically the REST template framework. For that, what we have to do is we have to get that object in this controller. Correct. Okay, for that what we have two different approaches. The approach which we are going to use is through annotation. Okay, so private REST template. Okay, REST template. So okay, so in this method actually what we are doing is we are going to create one get method. Okay, so we just for that we have annotated this at request mapping, and then we have provided value as at fetch/fetch. Okay, so now what we are going to do is we are trying to communicate from this API to another API by using this REST template. So for that what we have to do is first we have to create the headers. Okay, basically the HTTP headers. You can able to see it's provided by Spring Framework. Okay, HTTP headers, and then you can just create this method HTTP headers. Yeah. Okay. Now we have from this HTTP method we have to set the content type. You know, right? Content. What is the content type? Basically, what is the request? What is the input type which we are going to send? Ideally, in the get method, we don't need to send the content type, but we are defining. We will be using the same method for same method for the post also. Okay, so media type. Yeah. So we are going to use application JSON. Okay, fine. So now what we have to do is we have to set this HTTP headers in the HTTP entity. Okay, so now for us actually the response return type can be string format. Okay, so HTTP entity is equal to new HTTP entity. Okay, so just what we have to do is we have to pass this HTTP headers to here. Yeah, that's it. Okay, we have done, and then now we have to create the response entity. Okay, so response entity return type can be annotated with question mark, saying that it is an object. It can accept any type of response. For example, it can be string, it can be any POJ format, and then we can able to convert it. So this is the response. Okay, so now this template dot. Okay, so we have to use this object dot exchange. Now what we have to do is, so we have to set the URL name. Okay, which URL, basically which API which we are going to communicate. Okay, in this fetch method, so we are going to communicate with the existing REST API which we have created. Here, let's copy this fetch. Okay, so now actually we are going to communicate from this from RESTful API 1 to RESTful API 2. Okay, so we have to provide the respective URL here, and then the next step we have to mention the method name. So which method we are going to use? So HTTP method. Basically, as you know, like in RESTful API we have get request, post request. So now we are going to fetch the information. That's it. So for that we are going to use HTTP get method. Now what we have to do is we have to pass this HTTP entity to here. Okay, and then our return type is string. That's it. Dot class. Fine. So okay, so and now we have to return this response, right? So so we have to return this response. Return response dot get body dot toString. Fine. So what we are going to do is we are doing is, let's say first we are setting the headers. Okay, these headers is optional for in case of get request. So and then what we are doing is we are passing this to here. But in a real case, for example, if you are sending any authentication values, if you are doing, because in these headers we have multiple options. Okay, so you can able to see here set accept control access control allow credentials, allow access control, allow origin. So it based on our requirement we can able to set all the headers. Okay, so for us it's a very straightforward simple REST API. That's it. We are just setting the content type alone. So just we are going to run this method. So we'll see. Okay, just run this project and okay, let's run the let's start the project. This is we are going to communicate with that application. So let's start this current our application and also. Okay, it's throwing some error. Let's see what is the problem. Admin REST template must be private or final. Cannot change, modify. Okay, fine. So this method we'll make it as public. Okay, basically it's private, that is the reason it is not allowing. We'll try to start the project again. Okay, failed to start. Okay, again. So another problem is in my PC. Basically, any Spring Boot application, if you are trying to start, so if you are not assigning any port name, it will start with 8080. So in my PC, 8080 port is already running. That's the reason it is not starting. So we have to change the port. Server.port 9091. Okay, let's run this project again. So now our project is successfully started. So now what we will do is we'll store the data in the first application. Okay, application number 1. Okay, data is stored. So now what we are going to do is from this RESTful API 2, we are going to connect with this RESTful API 1 to fetch the student records. Okay, so for that what we have to do is we have to run this request in the Postman. Okay, we have to use the respective URL resttemplate.fetch. Just try to run this project. Yeah, so now you can able to see we are getting the respective results, ID, name and address. Basically this response is coming from the application number 1, RESTful API 1. Okay, so we are internally making an HTTP request from one application to another application. So that is the reason we are getting the response here.